Hello dear student. Today we'll talk about the past participle and perfect tenses. The grammar chapter number 7. In the previous chapter number 6, we have discussed the ing form verbs and exactly how these verb forms are used in continuous tenses. Now let's talk about the first one, past participle. Actually participles have two forms. One is present, another one is past form. Now before we talk about the participles, let's talk about verbs, because verbs are only used in past participle and present participles. Generally or commonly we can say we use 4 verb forms, but here in the textbook we are discussing 5 verb forms. But remember that the 5th verb form, which is S or ES forms, is only used in simple present tense, and that too also with third person pronoun like he, she and it. So the 5th form of verbs are not used commonly, so you just don't take a note of that. Only just remember the 4 verb forms which we need or require all the time when we form tenses. That is more important. Now let's discuss about this chart here. Now base form means what here? The verb form 1. V1 I have written here. V1 means the verb form 1. You can see the example go. Then past tense of the verb form go is went, and the past participle form V3, that is verb form 3, is gone, and ing form of this, which is also called as V4, is going. And now this go is also used in the simple present tense with he or she or it in a es form, like he goes or she goes or it goes. Are you getting it? Remember the es form we don't use in all the tenses, only in simple present tense, that too with only third person pronouns. Look at this second verb. It's laugh, laughed, laughed, laughing and laughs. Now look at the third verb. Do is a base form, then did is V2 form, that is verb form second or a past tense form we can say, and done we have it's a past participle form V3 also we call it. Then ing V4 form we have here, doing, and the last one is does. And the fourth one verb we have, that is drive, drove is V2 form, driven is V3 also known as past participle form, and driving is ing form also called as V4 form, and drives S or ES form. Now listen here, if you look at the verb go, it's changing in different manner, like go, went and gone. All 3 verbs are changing in different way. But if you look at the verb laugh, then laughed and laughed, it is changing in different way. Now remember the verbs are changing with ed form. The past form and the past participle with the form is same only. Such a verbs are called as regular verbs. The verbs are changing with ed form, we call them as regular verbs. And irregular verbs are those who are not following the rules, going beyond that limits, going beyond that rules. Like look at how it changed. Go and went had changed, and gone had changed. So in different manner it is changing, and ed is also called as regular verb here. So that's the important point here to be taken care. Now let's see the next point about participle. Just now I talked to you that there are 2 types of participle. One is present and another is past participle. Now before we discuss with the participle, let us discuss about the uses of participles. Actually they are used in 2 types, or used in 2 way we can say. The first one, it can be used as an adjective, or it can be used with other helping verbs to form different kind of tenses. Now basically participles are used in simple past tense, or they are used in perfect tenses. Okay, now first of all we'll discuss about adjectives, how the participle are used as adjective. Look at the first example. Look at, you can follow the arrow here to know the exchanges here. Example like the singing star is coming to school. Now here I am just talking about singing star. Now here singing is a ing participle, but it is working here as an adjective, not as a verb, because after that there is a noun star, and before singing there is no other helping verb. Okay, note the changes what I am saying. I am repeating again for you. There is no helping verb before this singing ing verb, and there is a noun after that. Because of that reason, it is describing the noun, so it is called as adjective participle. Now this will be present participle because it is ing verb. So here singing will be adjective and star will be noun. So it's qualifying the star, and because of that reason it becomes present participle, or we can say as participle adjective. Look at the second example. The injured man was taken to a hospital. So here, if I ask the question that how was a man, so he was injured, he was wounded, he got the hurt. So that injured man, injured word is qualifying the noun man. Are you getting it? And because of that purpose, this injured will be example here again. Participle adjective, it can be also called as ed adjective. Are you getting it? And this will be the example of ed adjective, means past participle adjective. It will be not present participle. Okay. So singing qualifies the noun star and injured qualifies the noun man. Remember that the ing singing verb will be called as present participle, and the ed adjective, that is injured, will be called as past participle adjective. But we will be calling them as ing adjective or ed adjective. They are not verbs. Note this point, very important. I hope it is clear with you how the participles are used as adjective. There is no helping verb before that and there is a noun after it. That's the basic rule to identify the present and past participle adjective. Now look for a second use. The participle also can be used with other helping verbs to form different tenses. It is basically used in perfect tense only. This all the participle form, the past participle form is used to form the tenses. Now which tenses? The perfect tense actually. I repeat again, this all the past participle forms of the verbs are used in perfect tense. Now very first we have present perfect tense, then second we have past perfect tense, and third we have future perfect tense. Now in this, look at the first example. I have written a poem. Now here, this is the example of present perfect tense. We use after the subject have or has, and we use V3 form, verb form, third. Now look at the past present tense, past perfect tense, sorry. This past perfect tense, we use had there before the verb, and after that we use it V3 form of written, and then we use it future perfect tense. I shall have written a poem. Now in this we use it shall or will, we can use it. So the sentence comes here like I shall have written a poem. You got that? So these are the all tenses. Now about all these three tenses, rules and uses, I'll be talking to you in the next video, so that we'll be looking deeply with the examples all these tenses, and I will just tell you that to know the rules of all these tenses. Okay, I hope it is clear to you. Thank you so much, dear student.